marquee matchup tonight in OKC, as good as advertised. OG Anunoby, thankfully not seriously injured there. That great effort put the Knicks up by 12 in the third, but OKC dominated the fourth quarter. Aaron Wiggins, fourth-year man out of Maryland, 15 of his season-high 19 in the fourth quarter, and OKC snaps the Knicks' 9-game winning streak. OKC's now won 14 in a row. Final count 117-107. Great to have you with us, everyone, from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito, along with Wally Zerbiak. Riveting game, Wally.
Yeah.
Playoff-like game, as good as advertised. Playoff basketball often comes down to the fourth quarter, and OKC outscored the Knicks in the fourth quarter tonight by 18 points.
Yep. They got better looks at the basket. They got a lot of stops defensively. They got out in transition. That building, it came alive. It was electric in that building. They were the more aggressive team down the stretch. The Knicks were going up against their set defense every time down the floor. They could not generate good looks at the basket. Jalen Brunson did get 10 points. But when they missed, they were not able to set their defense. As a result, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was driving straight down their throat. He was getting to the basket, and he was finding his teammates, specifically Wiggins, 4 threes, 4 for 4 in that fourth quarter from the three-point line. That was the difference in the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander, leading scorer in the league, averages 31.2 points per game, went for 33 tonight. But the X factor, as you mentioned, was Wiggins.
Whew.
Season high for him, the 4 threes that you talked about. 15 points in that fourth quarter. By the way, the Knicks in the fourth quarter from three only go 1 out of 9.
Right.
OKC as a team in the fourth quarter from three went 6 of 8.
That's the difference in the game. They generated themselves much better looks at the basket. They were wide open threes in transition. Wiggins was the hot guy. They found the hot shooter, and he really shot the ball well from all over the place. But look at how open these threes are. I mean, they're just set up threes with no Nick within 5 to 10 feet. And that's what the offense was doing for Oklahoma City. They were generating really good opportunities at the basket. The Knicks could not handle the attacking, slashing, going to the basket first moves by Oklahoma City, and Wiggins really got going. This team is young. This team is aggressive. This team is talented. This team is athletic, and they are deep. And they showed why they're the best team in the NBA. They defended home court, but the Knicks, they got them at the world's most famous arena next Friday. That is going to be an epic rematch between these two teams.
OKC's bench was really a factor. Knicks didn't get much at all off of their bench. And OKC, the team that played last night, maybe the Knicks starters ran out of a little bit of gas in the fourth quarter. Wally, no Knicks starter played less than 40 minutes.
No excuses.
Not a factor?
Sorry. Right. Zero excuses. Right. In a game with this type of intensity, with as much as was on the line, Knicks built themselves a nice lead going into the fourth quarter. They led by 12 at halftime. There is no excuses. No one in that locker room is going to use fatigue as an excuse that they played too many minutes. The bottom line is, in the fourth quarter, when it came to crunch time, who's the better team, who wants the game more, who makes the winning plays? It was Oklahoma City tonight.
All right, Alan Hahn had the treat of being courtside, calling the game with Mike Breen. He now joins us from Oklahoma City. Alan, what's your takeaway after watching that riveting contest?
Yeah, the right word to use is treat. And as I said during the broadcast, give me 7 games of this. These two teams got after it. And I heard you guys talking about it. The 44 bench points really stands out to me the most, is that the Thunder got a lot of production from different people. You know, not just Wiggins, who got hot in that fourth quarter. He just put on a show, 4 for 4 from downtown. But they got a lot of contributions off that bench. The Knicks really missed Deuce McBride in this game tonight. But I felt like they were throwing haymakers at each other. And for the Knicks, they did keep the turnovers low. But as you also mentioned, the three-point shot did escape them in this game. The Knicks had some good looks from three. They were not knocking them down. They could not match what the Thunder were doing offensively. And things turned, guys, I felt, late in the third quarter. Mark Dagnall talks a lot about how they pride themselves on being finishing quarters. They did it last night against the Clippers in the second quarter into the half. Tonight they did it at the end of that third quarter. They got it closer. The Knicks had a 12-point lead. It was suddenly 8, and then they opened that fourth quarter, and they took control of this game. And once this place got loud, boys, I'm telling you, it changed everything. We're not in Charlotte and Washington and Orlando anymore. There was no let's go Knicks chance happening in this building.
Alan, what was that building like? I remember being in that building last year calling the game against Oklahoma City, and I was holding on to the desk saying, try to slow them down. What was it like in that fourth quarter with that crowd?
Yeah, it was once that momentum picked up. And that dunk by Jalen Williams down the middle, I mean, that really turned everything. They took the lead on it. They had gotten the defensive stop at the other end. And once he went down the lane and you saw he wasn't going to get challenged and he threw that monster dunk down, that's when this place got as loud as it had all night. It got pretty quiet in here, fellas, in that second quarter when the Knicks were putting a stamp on this game and they were running things and they took a 14-point lead. It did get quiet. But once that, you just felt it, the momentum of that dunk and then a couple of Wiggins threes and the Knicks missing shots, and it just got louder and louder and louder. That's why this team, I think they've won 7 now in a row at home as part of this winning streak. That's why this is going to be one of the toughest teams to beat in the NBA. They're so good in this building.
All right, Alan, have a nice trip to Chicago. We'll talk to you tomorrow night with the Knicks in Chicago to take on the Bulls.
You got it, fellas.
All right, Wally, so the bench situation, OKC 44 bench points, the Knicks only 5. However, you had great games from every one of the Knicks starters pretty much. Mikal Bridges led the way with 24. No Knicks starter scored less than Karl Anthony Towns, 17, and he tied his season high with 22 boards. That also ties an NBA single season high for most rebounds, but it's Bridges who led the way in scoring with 24.
I thought the Knicks could have gotten Bridges a few more looks in the fourth quarter. He was the guy that had it rolling the whole entire game. Obviously, you're going to live with Jalen Brunson getting those 10 points. He shot 5 for 9, but I thought the Knicks went away from him a little bit in that fourth. He was the guy that was dominating through 3 quarters. He was the leading scorer at halftime, really playing great basketball, high percentage shooting, making his threes, and he couldn't get the ball, and he couldn't get good looks at the basket, I didn't think, in that fourth quarter. Overall, he has been in such a great rhythm shooting the basketball. This Knicks team is playing at a very high level this whole entire month. This game is a game they can learn from. This is a really good team. They put themselves in position to win that game on the road. It was a good performance for 46 minutes. The last 2-3 minutes is where the Knicks really lost the game. They have to learn from this. They have to kind of figure out how, in a hostile environment like in Oklahoma City, this is a playoff type intensity and playoff type team that they're going to have to deal with. There are a lot of positives to take from this one. The fact that they had a chance to steal the victory in the fourth quarter is great, but you got to figure out a way to close the deal.